Hey everyone, welcome back to the first garden tour of the season of 2023, year of 2023, I should say. It is Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. Beautiful day, about 80 degrees, and not a cloud in the sky, just a gorgeous day. But yeah, finally have everything out and cleaned up and looking good. Gave everything a bath and a haircut, and yeah, just wanted to go through everything, kind of tell you about what did well over winter and what didn't. And these are the only four plants right now that I have fully sun acclimated, and so these are in the sun. Everything else is going to be up in the shade against my house. Because I am not going to make the same mistake I did last year and get them all burned and set me back a few months. So we have Chalifera here. That did really good inside, actually in my basement. Now towards the latter part of winter, it did start losing a lot of leaves. So I brought this one out, and actually I brought all four of these out in early April prior to Easter actually. And since it's been outside, it's been doing great. It's facing that direction, but I want it to come back a little bit this way towards me, so that's why I actually have it facing that way. Bring back to the sun. Musa Baju banana, that did fine over winter in the basement, and we got some cordylines here. I don't know the cultivar of these, but again, I just trimmed everything up. It had a bunch of dead, bad looking stuff on it, so I got rid of all that. And then a red Abyssinian banana. I would not say that did very well inside over winter, but it's here, it made it, it's growing. And so yeah, there's that. And then over here, this is my not looking very good section. These are both fully sun acclimated as well. I got a spindle palm right here, and that has really taken a hit, and I don't know if it's going to come back, but I do have a mark on it right here. In the past couple days I put that on and it has not moved, but it does not have spear pull, so we will see. But yeah, not recommended to have that one inside. And man, I hope I don't lose it. Now, I did have a bottle palm for about 2 years, and I lost it. It died entirely, and so yeah, it's gone. And then in here, I had, man, I cannot remember what I have in there, but at any rate, I don't think it's coming back, but we will see. Oh, heliconia. I had heliconias in there, so we'll see. But I'm just gonna let that play out and see what happens. And then let's see if I can get the light right here. Yeah, so we've got Trichycarpus fortunae windmill palm, and I just potted this up. It was in a smaller pot. Actually, it was in the size of those pots right there. So I just potted it up, and this thing always does great for me. No matter where I put it, no matter what's going on with it, it always does well. And it's not going to be able to stay in this pot for much longer. As you can see, it's already as tall as the doorway. So eventually I'm going to have to plant this thing, but I want to try to hold off on doing that. Down here, these little ones, we've got a lady palm right here, and then 2 Mexican fan palms. And those were actually upstairs in my office. Those were not in the basement. Also, this windmill was also in my office as well, which is on the 2nd floor. So I would expect that they did better, and they did. So these Mexican fan palms, I pulled out of the ground in Orlando in July of 2021. So they're going on about 2 years old, and these, or at least for me. Now I did have them in much smaller little pots. So I expect this summer that these take off. Majesty palm, they do great. At least for me, they always do great no matter where I put them. I wouldn't say they flourish, but they do just fine. and they're a good palm, at least in my opinion, to have inside. Chinese fan palm, that did great inside. That did really, really good in my basement. So I'm not gonna get that thing fried this year. I got it fried last year, and it completely defoliated. I'm not gonna let that happen this year. Pygmy Date Phoenix Robellini. This thing does great anywhere I put it. Been really, really happy. It's spent all winter in the basement, and it looks no worse for the wear. In fact, it looks just as good as it did when I put it down there. So I'm really, really impressed with the Pygmy Date. And you know, what I'm trying to do is find out what works well for me in my conditions. Basically, in the wintertime, what can I do with these things? Will they or will they not do well in my basement or in my house? Sorry for the school bus. It's about 3 o'clock, so school bus time for sure. Areca palm, Dipsis lutescens. Man, this is one of my favorites, and oh man, total bummer. It might be gone. Again, this all stemmed from last year. I let it get sunburned right off the bat, and that was not good. And then it got overtaken by mealybugs, and that was not good. So I took a whole bunch of the different stems out, and I mean, it's still got a whole bunch of mealybugs on it. That's a whole nother video. I've got a huge mealybug problem here, folks. But at any rate, there's about 5 left, 5 stems left that have something in them. And in fact, this big one, everything else had spear pull, and then I cut them. Even this big one here, there was a smaller spear, it pulled. This one, there was a spear, it pulled. So the only ones that I still think have a center spear on them is this one right here. Oddly enough, it looks like it's gonna pull, but it doesn't. And then this one I really have hope for. Now, I did hydrogen peroxide all 5 of them. So we will see, but man, I don't want to lose that. I'm not spending any more money. So I hope at least 1 or 2 of them survive. Giant white bird of paradise here. Did pretty good downstairs. Actually did really good. There's no damage at all to it. It didn't necessarily grow very great, but yeah, that was okay. Okay, elephant ear. I don't know the cultivar in this one. I actually got this plant for free. This was planted in the city of Cincinnati at Fountain Square, which is downtown. Just kind of the most common area for people in the city to congregate. And they had a bunch of beautiful tropical plantings. I did a video on it probably last May or June. And so I contacted the city and I said, hey, when you dig those up in October, could I have some? And they said, yeah, as long as you keep them yourself, don't sell them, use them for your personal property, you can come down and pick up whatever you want. I said, absolutely. So this thing had huge leaves on it when I got it. They were so big I couldn't even keep them. I had to cut them off so that I could transport the thing. So basically I started with a trunk. I cut all the leaves off and I started with just this trunk. And my friends, this is what grew over winter in my basement. It's incredible. This thing is taller than I am. It's about 7 feet tall. This is just incredible. These 4 leaves all grew in my basement since October. And it's even loving it out here. It's got another one and another couple right there. So, man, this elephant ear, this is amazing. And the fact that I got this for free is insane. Now, I did get a couple other things for free as well. I got that cordyline that you saw back there, the Schalifera that you saw back there. Those are all freebies from the city of Cincinnati Parks Department. So it pays to ask, people. It pays to ask. Kiwi cordyline, it's doing really, really good. It was infested with mealybugs. I think it was actually my biggest offender, but it did really well in the basement. I'm really surprised. So that's a keeper. 2 more majesties. This one I actually kept out to try to kill mealybugs, and I kept it outside and it got down to like 28 degrees and I thought I had lost it, but it came back, and that's why it kind of looks so weird. And then just another majesty here, and then 2 more just singles of giant white bird of paradise. I just potted those up as well, and those did fine. Again, more mealybugs. And then I just planted these today on my my homemade trellis here that actually I am ratchet strapping this year because it fell already like 3 times so far this season with these ridiculous winds we've had. But yeah, Mandevilla, gotta love the pink. So tropical looking. It's just a beautiful, beautiful plant. I don't know if the right light's gonna be right for this, but so gorgeous. So yeah, that's it for now. Oh, no, it's not. No, it is not. The lower garden, let's check that out as it goes into the shade here. We'll start with the palms. So I got a sable miner, one sable miner here, another one there, and then needle palm. And they did great. They did great over the winter, no issues at all. Very little protection. I've got other videos about that if you want to see how I protect them, but they're doing great. I would say the needle's probably doing the best, and it's got 2 little pups that are actually doing quite well. There's one, and then there's a one around the other side as well, so it's doing good. And then my bananas are starting to look pretty good. Let's see. Let's go over there and get a better look at them. Yeah, so they're about, I'd say the biggest one is about 2 feet right now, but growing like crazy, growing like crazy. I planted 4. I had 4 bananas, 1, 2, 3, 4. And right now I've got 3, 7, 9, and then there's 4 here, so I got 13. Right now I got 13 banana plants going now. This is my first time of them coming back on their own. So what I don't know is, and you guys can tell me this, are all these gonna be main trunks, or are these already pups? I tend to think that these are the main trunks, and these will all create their own pups. So let me know about that, guys, what I can expect to see here. But this is amazing to see. 13 stems going right now off what was 4 plants last year. And so yeah, really cool. Now I had all canna lilies all through here, a whole bunch of them, and I thought I saw one earlier today. Oh yeah, I see some. Let's see if we can zoom in here. Yeah, there's a couple. So I'm just starting to see a couple. Oh, there's a couple more. So I'm starting to see some of the cannas come up, but I am not convinced that they are coming back. Now what's cool is I had an elephant ear in here, and I just saw this. It's coming back. So that is cool. I see 3 little stems. I haven't checked the other side. I had 1 here and 1 on the other side. So that is really cool. But yeah, I've got it roped off so that no one walks back here, because I had an issue where I actually crushed 3 bananas earlier this year because I walked over there. So it's a good reminder. Let's just see what else. As you can see, I'm doing a bunch of work here. And I will show you these cannas are doing good. These are, I think, the tiger or something or other. It's kind of hard to see what I'm seeing, but yeah, so those are doing really good. Difference between them and out back is just going to be the amount of heat that they had being next to the house. This makes such a big difference. And then the last thing I'll show you guys for today's garden, first garden update, and I'll try to do this monthly this summer. I do got a couple bananas coming back in here, which I'm gonna put these somewhere else, because I don't want to put anything here this year. It got too cumbersome to water. So we got down to -8, which was fine, but it went from like 50 degrees to -8 degrees in about like 4 hours. And the plants couldn't protect themselves. So I got a Nakuba here that almost died out, but it's coming back. It's coming back. And laurel, most of the laurels here in Cincinnati really took a hit, but they're coming back. And some sort of cherry volcano laurel. Now this Akuba, I am not sure if this one is coming back or not. So we will see, but yeah, the quick drop in temperature is really what did it this year, not necessarily the outright temperature itself. And let's see what else we got going on. I just planted 5 Spring Grove arboretums right here. Green Giant, Thuja, whatever you want to call it. Nice little privacy screen between me and my neighbor. And yeah, so that's hard work, but those are going to be really good. I know I have them closer than is recommended, but I want it to be a tight fence there. So yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. Yeah, beautiful day, man. Wow. We'll leave that there, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Overall, I'm very pleased with what worked, and a couple losses, but you know, sometimes that happens, and you live, you learn, and I'm really dialing in what works for me in terms of what I can grow outside and then what I can bring inside and it actually do well in my basement or in my office. So once I dial that in, I'm gonna have a really good understanding of what I can do, but otherwise I'm not taking much more else on. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and let me know what you think. We'll talk soon.